and Doctor, dear Professor Hersh Chadha, dear students and teachers and staff, and let me to greet all of you in the library. To thank Mr. Hersh Chadha for his kind donation and kind contribution to UCA Library. I would like to ask Mr. Hersh Chadha to present his so much books. Please.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew, for having me here. It's a great pleasure to be at AUCA once again. I come here at least once or twice a year, and I feel that it's a great institution to be studying in. And one of the most important things is books, and teachers. Good teachers and good books. We're so used to working on computers and on the internet, and we get instant information, but the joy of seeing a book, holding it, reading it, feeling it, seeing the pictures and understanding it is a complete process which people from my generation are very used to, but your generation has been more on the computer. But I still think that books fill in those gaps that we need emotionally to understand what we are learning. My first book which I presented here was a book during my travels around the world. I traveled in 95 countries and taken pictures of nature, architecture and people. I'm basically a landscape photographer for 32 years experience, and I photograph around the world working with World Wildlife Fund for nature. And I presented this book primarily to show nature, but also a little bit of architect and some beautiful buildings, people, and basically nature. So it's called Visions of Nature. It was published in America, and it comes with a DVD. My second book is the lessons I learned when I was doing all this. And this book has a few quotes in it. It's a book of quotes actually, and the quotes are actually my own emotions and feelings that I learned when I saw something beautiful, or even if I had a bad experience. So the smart way to learn is to learn from others' experience and to learn from your own. So I hope this book can bring some insight and valuable knowledge to both of you. So I'm presenting this book as well to the library over here. It's called With Ink and Film because it has photographs as well as it has some beautiful words in it, and that's why we call it Ink and Film. These are the two books currently here. I have about 9 books now out. There are another 4 books that have already been in circulation, but those were much earlier. And I'm doing a book for the university in Ukraine, which is being published in Ukrainian, Russian and English. And it involves pieces of work put together by students and myself, basically in the photography field. So that's another book at the university level that's coming out, that will come out this year. And a book for the photographic clubs of Ukraine and their best pieces of work along with mine. So these 2 books will definitely come this year. Hopefully later this year, we will be launching another book about the beauty of Kyrgyzstan and its people, especially for the beautiful women in Kyrgyzstan. And we are going to present that book this year. That book will be launched electronically, so you can pick it up and see it on iPad or any electronic gadget that you have on your computers. Because in the future we are going more environmentally friendly, so we are going more into publishing our work electronically. So that should be able to be accessed from AUCA probably sometime later this year. And I hope you all will enjoy that as well. So please have a look at this, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And anything, I'm here for another couple of weeks. If there's something, just let me know and I'll be happy to help or to answer. Okay? All right.
I'd also like to add, I mean, turned out that although I didn't know Professor Chadha at all, we have quite a lot in common when it comes to books of photography, because the first book that I ever did when I was a graduate student at Berkeley was I traveled around the Soviet Union in 1985 with a photographer, and we did an album of landscape photography in the Soviet Union for 10 weeks of traveling and like 10,000 negatives, and I chose all the quotes for it and translated it for him. So I've also been involved in books like this, so I think they're wonderful things to have, and also come from a generation of people used to actually holding something in our hands that isn't made out of electric wires and circuits. So I'm glad that we have the opportunity to have these books, and I'd also like to say we're talking with Professor Chadha now about creating a possible photography contest for students from AUCA that we will launch sometime in the next year, and a number of other initiatives that will be announced, I hope, in the next few weeks or next few months to help support students here at AUCA, thanks to the generosity of Professor Chadha and his family. So it's a nice partnership. It's been going on for a number of years already, long before I became the president of the university, and I'm sure it will go on probably long after I am the president of the university, but for now we'll make it work as well as we can while we're both here. So please take a look at the books that are here, and we're very happy that at least some students still want to come to the library and see real live books and hold them and look at them, in addition to all the other things that they do. So yes, come on up, have a look.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And as I said, I'm always available for you. You can have my email address, drop me a line, anything. And if you're looking for any particular book for reference or something that you really need, you can't find on the net, drop me a line. I can always try and help you from other libraries around the world. Okay, because I also donate to other universities around the world in different parts, in the Middle East and in South America and Central in Eastern Europe as well. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. What do you feel while taking the pictures?
I do a lot of research before I take a picture, because one of the most important things is to ask yourself, why am I taking a picture before you take it? Because actually before you take the picture, you already take it in your mind. And then you go looking for it, and you find it, and then that's how you do it. Like if you want to take a picture of a tiger, you already know what a tiger looks like. You researched on it, and then you go looking for a tiger, and then you take a picture. So it's a lot of research that goes in as to why you want to take it. It's not just that you take it and you feel, oh, I'm lucky I got a good picture. So I think just like, you think before you eat, so you think even before you take pictures. Alright?
The book that you're going to publish this year?
Yeah.
What problems or what does it reflect?
Yeah. What inspired me was the beauty of this country, the natural surrounding, and it's a very good mix of people over here, and very balanced people. People who are socially aware of environment, and I appreciate that. And that inspired me to bring out the beauty of the people of this country, along with the nature. I hope, someday, no matter how big a book or something, do put something down, because generations down people will read what you feel. See, if no one wrote something down 100, 150 years ago, you wouldn't even know what the history was. So to put your thoughts down on paper is very important. And once you put them down, you're leaving something behind for the next generation. No matter how big it is, no matter how small it is. But it is now your contribution to the next generation. Just like you plant trees, think of literature, think of words, very powerful medium to be able to let others enjoy them. Whether you do it electronically or you do it in a book, but put your experiences down, whatever you want to share, not with your children but with your grandchildren, put them down somewhere that you can have them access. Okay?
Okay.
Presentation book.